with its iron brother. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now, Imran Khan, the former cricket celebrity and friend of Princess Diana, is poised to become Pakistan's new Prime Minister. His party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI, won the most seats in the country's general election, with 115 out of the 270 available seats in last Wednesday's vote. That's according to Pakistan's Election Commission. Well, the party will need to form a coalition government, however, as it failed to win an outright majority in the National Assembly. Well, Khan is taking over with a bit of a full in tray, you could say, a capricious currency, persistent inflation, mounting debt, ongoing security issues, and an unravelling relationship with the US. Now, they're just the first issues he has to deal with on day one. Well, a seasoned celebrity, Imran Khan, rounded up support on a sizzling ticket of anti-corruption and populism, coining the slogan New Pakistan, or Naya Pakistan. But behind the veneer of catchphrases and celebrity faces, what's the real substance to Imran Khan's vision? And how will his appointment shape the country's relationship with its iron brother, China? In the past, Khan has been a fierce critic of the China-Pakistan economic corridor. But, like another celebrity-turned-politician that we all know and love, things said on the campaign trail aren't always the same as what's said in office. Well, joining me for today's discussion are Zoon Khan, a research fellow at Tsinghua University, and Yang Xiyu, senior fellow at the China Institute of International Studies. Welcome to you both. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's start with you, Ms. Khan. Whether people believe him or not, whether people voted for him or not, you have to say there's no denying that his victory is seismic, isn't it? This is huge for Pakistan.
Well, I would actually agree with you 100% on that statement, because Pakistan is going through a phase of political awakening. And we have seen the same politicians, the same families, PPP, PMLN, coming into power for the past decades. And this is really the first time that a new face, talking about change, really talking about issues that affect the common man, has come into power. And 115 seats out of 200 and more than 270 is not a small victory. You mentioned also that Imran Khan is a celebrity, he has turned into a politician, but Imran Khan is not someone who made it here without a struggle. He started with one seat 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, in the National Assembly, and he has so far, slowly, through a big, long period of struggle, made it where he is today.
Absolutely.
So this is a massive victory.
Yeah, it is, and obviously we must credit Khan and his team for bringing about that victory. But we must also credit Pakistanis themselves, mustn't we? Because it takes a lot for a nation to turn its back on its political history, on these dynasties that you've had in Pakistan, and say, enough is enough, it's time for something new.
Right.
How does it feel for you personally, being a Pakistani today?
Well, I would say that let's not forget that this is the first time in Pakistan's history that two elected governments have completed their tenure. So democratically speaking, in terms of the democratic process, Pakistan is actually a very young country. And seeing that, we can see how the Pakistani people in these two tenures have made this long, massive journey to really understand the value of their vote. And it is a huge victory, I think, for Pakistanis, because they have been politically awakened in many ways. They have become critical of their governments. I would also like to add that you mentioned the fiscal and the economic crises that Pakistan is facing. The fact that just after the election, the dollar has gone from 130 to 122, the stock market is performing better, and also that Imran Khan was re-elected in the KPK, which is a province that never re-elects governments that don't perform, unlike the other provinces of Pakistan, show that he really is someone who's investing in the grassroots levels and investing in things that traditional politicians have not before.
Of course, people are making, they're comparing him, aren't they, to other people? I mean, some people are saying he's Pakistan's Trump because he's been elected on a populist ticket. But I mean, I would say he reminds me more of a Tony Blair in the UK or a Barack Obama in the US, coming in with a sweeping change. But there's a danger with that, because Tony Blair is now one of the least popular prime ministers our country's ever had, Britain, and Barack Obama didn't have the success that he wanted to, because you just can't achieve that. And we have to remember the thing with Imran Khan is he hasn't got a majority, has he?
Well, actually, to be fair, he's very close to a majority. And in these cases, we have the independents, which are almost 29 independents, if I'm not incorrect, that would be happy to partner with him, and also smaller political parties such as the PMLQ and also the MQM could be willing to help him get that majority. So that is not a big concern. But also when you say that he is like a Trump, I understand that these people who come with like charisma, populist, you know, maybe a lot of people outside Pakistan feel that there's so many high expectations from him, but he does have a very experienced team. And that is something which makes me very positive about this. It's not just a new face with a new team that has no idea how politics works. He really did make sure that he has some very seasoned politicians, and at the same time he comes with a new strategy, a new mindset towards how to govern a country like Pakistan.
So it's not just style over substance. He has got a substance
I
to him.
definitely don't think so, yes.
Young CU, let's look at Khan's relationship then, his leadership rather, in terms of his strategic partner, China. The Foreign Ministry spokesman, Geng Shuang, said on Friday, China has kept an eye on the general election of Pakistan, I bet it has, and sincerely hopes the country can realize a smooth political transition and keep stability for better development. Is he the candidate Beijing preferred, do you think? Is Beijing happy with this?
Well, you cannot use happy or unhappy to describe China's feeling on the fundamental changes in the politics of Pakistan, because China's way of thinking is like this. To some degree, the surprising change or a surprising victory by the new Prime Minister really indicate the acceleration of the political transition in Pakistan. It's a course. And the course is accelerated. So no matter you like or dislike, that is the objective trend. So you have to face, you have to deal with the reality. So that is the fundamental basic feeling and attitudes from China to Pakistan. And secondly, the decades-long friendship and the cooperation history between the two countries actually has built up a very solid base for the bilateral ties between the two countries. That means no matter what kind of political figures in the capital of Pakistan, the figure has to face the reality, just like China has to face the reality of the accelerated changes in Pakistan. And by the same token, the new leader has to face the reality of the already existed relationship between the two countries. So basically, the stability is the fundamental factor, but the new elements will certainly affect both of the capitals to adjust the bilateral ties in the future.
But you say that China doesn't mind who leads Pakistan. It's none of China's business who's leading the country. What's important is the ties between the two countries and the history between the two countries. But there are two major foreign policies that China has, which affect Pakistan, namely the China-Pakistan economic corridor. That's $62 billion worth of trade there. That's and of course Pakistan is the crown jewel in China's Belt and Road Initiative, the most important foreign policy put forward by Xi Jinping. So surely they care deeply who's at the helm of this, particularly now the man at the helm, Imran Khan, has spoken out in depth against the CPEC.
Okay, so I think I would like to emphasize that it's not that Imran Khan, his criticism was not directed towards the CPEC. In fact, it was an anti-corruption. It was a criticism against the government at that time, which he felt is not handling this investment in a way that was transparent, that was genuinely beneficial. And the other criticism he also made was that more of the investment is going towards the biggest province, Punjab. And as a Pakistani, even though I am a Punjabi, I agree that there should be more equitable distribution of the resources coming in through CPEC. So I think to understand his stance on CPEC as negative is not really accurate. And he also, in his speech that he made, his victory speech that he addressed, when he started speaking about foreign policy, the first country he mentioned was China.
Well, and of course sorry to interrupt, and he tweeted, didn't he?
He tweeted in Chinese.
He said, yes, I mean, let's have a look at that now.
Yes.
He said, we will strengthen and improve our relationships with China. We want to work towards success of the CPEC. We also want to send teams to learn poverty alleviation from China, how to lift our most poor who can't even eat two meals a day. So he's coming to China for advice, isn't he?
Definitely. He seeks China's not just support in terms of CPEC, but also he's saying that there's so much Pakistan can learn from China, including China's anti-corruption campaign as well as poverty alleviation, both problems that have plagued our country for a very long time.
What do you think that China can do to help Pakistan when it comes to poverty alleviation?
Yes, but basically I think what China can do in that area mainly lie in the so-called software, say experiences, knowledges, even big lessons about removing the poverties. In other words, China has commanded a lot of good knowledge and bad knowledge about that. And China will certainly provide all we know to let Pakistan to go towards the right direction, avoid the mistake we used to make. So I think basically cooperation on the poverty, including cooperation on anti-corruption, will be a new areas for the cooperation between two countries.
Okay, I'm going to leave the last word to you, Zoon Khan, and I'm going to ask you a very difficult question. Right. It's a complicated question that requires a huge answer, and I want you to answer it in one word.
In one word?
In one word, yes.
How many seconds do I have?
Very little. Is the relationship between Pakistan and the US better or worse under Imran Khan?
I think Imran Khan, as he mentioned in his speech, will try to balance Pakistan's foreign relations in a better way. We haven't been able to. Pakistan as a country cannot afford to go to war or have an animistic relationship with any country. So I think he will try to balance.
Good answer. Good answer. Well, thank you very much to both of you, Yang Shihua and Zoon Khan. That's it from me for this edition of The Point. Don't forget to download the app, CGTN, to watch your show again. And from me, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.